she is. She's looking pretty. So we gotta get the hydraulics working. Old school street charger. Just gotta unbolt that, disconnect all this stuff. Yeah, let's see where we go. Alright, so currently we're not getting any clicking sound to the actual hydraulic pump itself.
But it was green before, then it was the supersonic blue purple that only came on the two-door.
Yeah.
You could not get it on a four-door. And then, which was cool because you had the color that you couldn't get for this kind of car. And then it was orange. So it's been through three.
This thing is so awesome.
Like tweed and then all the
switches.
The switches. In the trunk. It'll need all brand new speakers. The amps
might be good.
And it's got a street charger. This is the pump, obviously. Everything's hardline. Everything is hardline. There are no...
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's all hydraulic stuff. All this stuff is hydraulics.
Who did it in...
Mason Rush.
In Arizona?
In Arizona. Like, the wheels are kind of gross, but I don't know if that can be polished out. But I'm willing to dip them or chrome them if I need to.
Yeah.
And it had the lights, but you had to fabricate this
that whole area,
to add those GS400 lights. You can get the car up, and it still won't start, but at least it'll get on the trailer.
After spending almost a week at Adrienne's house trying to get these hydraulics back up and working, I've realized pretty quickly that bringing this car back isn't always going to be easy. Looks like this thing is pretty damn well built, to be honest. Parts are getting harder to find. Even tracking down 4 of these batteries took some work, and I'm sure this won't be the last time we run into something like this. Spending time with Adrienne, hearing the stories about the car and everything it went through to become what it is today, made me realize something. The passion she had for this car back then is still there. She's just been away from the scene for a while. And yeah, the car scene has changed a lot in the last 20 years. Styles have changed, builds have changed, but there's something about a car like this that people still appreciate. The amount of work, creativity, personality that went into these builds doesn't just disappear because 20 years have gone by. Now what you're looking at here is the main power solenoid for the hydraulic system. And this thing is ancient. From what I've been told, some of the old school lowrider guys still swear by these things. But finding a direct replacement nowadays isn't exactly easy. We did order some new AccuMax solenoids to replace it, but they were about a week and a half out and I'm impatient. So I started doing some digging. Turns out if you take these old solenoid packs apart, there's really not a whole lot going on inside of them. It's basically a group of pretty generic starter style relays tied together. And even better, you could replace them individually. Since Adrienne isn't looking to completely change the car right now, I wanted to keep it as much of the original setup intact as possible, especially back there. Everything in the trunk was built around where the solenoid sat. Switching over the new AccuMax setup would have meant rewiring things, moving components around, and possibly modifying the enclosure that's been part of this build for years.
Are you kidding? High five. Oh yeah, I'm high fiving you, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, whatever.
So now that we've finally got the hydraulics working, it's time to get her back to my garage and really start digging into this thing. I've got the fuel system, engine, ignition, hydraulics, car audio, pretty much the whole car to go through. And we've got a goal. We're trying to get this Integra show ready for Slamfest this October in Tampa, Florida. This car hasn't seen a show in almost 20 years. Hell, it hasn't even seen sunlight in almost 20 years. I think it's about time we change that. Now that she's finally here, we've definitely got a lot of work ahead of us. Like I said before, we're pretty much going to end up touching every part of this car in one way or another. But now that I've got it in my own garage, my own tools, and a little bit of room to work, I can finally start going through everything properly. And I've already found a list of problems. Well, she's here. Thanks to my buddy Tony. That guy's fucking awesome. The right rear hydraulic cylinder has been leaking, and there's hydraulic fluid underneath the trunk enclosure and pretty much all over the back of the car. So at some point, this entire trunk setup is going to have to come apart again. I want to go underneath the enclosure, clean out 20 years worth of whatever's hiding under there. And honestly, that's probably going to be the theme with this car. Take things apart, see what survives, fix what we need fixing, clean up everything, and try to preserve as much of the original build as we can along the way. But for now, she's finally out of one garage into another. But we're actually going to start digging into it, one problem at a time.